What's going on YouTube? I'm Alex and today I'm taking a look at the Z68 TV Box. This one has the RK3368, so it's an Octa-Core processor, 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage, and also running Android 5.1. As always, I left a link in the video description if you wanna check this out. So I'll show you what comes in the box with this and I'll show you how it performs. The Z68 comes in this box right here. It's a very simple box, doesn't say anything anywhere, and on the front we just see the 4K and Android TV box. Inside the box we find the remote control. It's a very simple remote control, you can't do that much with it, and this remote control takes two AAA batteries. I do suggest using a wireless keyboard or a mouse for a better experience. A power adapter like most TV boxes. And lastly, the manual. The manual is very simple. I mean, you can't really learn that much from it. It's in English and Chinese, and we only have a couple of instructions here. The Z68 is one of the smallest TV boxes I've seen. This is a regular TV box, just so you have an idea how small the Z68 is. The box is made of plastic entirely, and there are no on-off buttons anywhere on the box. The back is very simple. We just have an Ethernet port, the HDMI, the SPDIF and the DC port. And on the right hand side we just have two USB ports and a port for a TF card. The back is also made of plastic, and on the corners here we just have some rubberized material so the box doesn't slide. I plugged the box in, and this is the boot up animation that we get when the box starts up, and the box already started very quickly. I'm very happy to see that it comes with this type of a launcher. You don't have to uninstall the launcher, look for a new one. This is very simple and very useful. So first of all, let's go to apps and see what apps come pre-installed. So we see Facebook, ES File Explorer, this Cloud TV, Netflix, Play Store, which is great, Skype, what else? The super user, so I am assuming that the box has root access already. And on this side we get YouTube, Twitter and video player. So very straightforward. So first of all, let's go to settings. So this is the settings app, looks just like stock Android pretty much. And if I go into about device here, we're gonna see that it's running Android 5.1.1. This is the model number, which is RK3368 basically. So very straightforward. If I go into storage right here, we're gonna see that out of the 16 gigs we have about 8.3 here and about 3.7 here. So about 12 gigs available out of the 16. At display here we're gonna see that we can scale the screen however we wish, and the HDMI mode, basically what resolution is available. So for this TV, that's the maximum resolution available. At sounds and notification here, we're gonna see what outputs are available, and these are the outputs available for this TV box. I'm quickly gonna go to languages and input, and I'm gonna scroll to the languages available. Hopefully you see the one that you are interested in. So quite a few languages right there. And scrolling and lots and lots of languages available. So I'm pretty sure it's got all the languages ever existing. I already see that the box has Bluetooth, and that is a very good thing to have, because this way you can connect headphones and other Bluetooth devices. And if I go into Wi-Fi here, I'm gonna see my 5 GHz network and my 2.4 GHz network. So that's really good because it has both bands available. Unfortunately, I was not able to connect to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band. I tried a few times, but it doesn't connect. So I can only connect to the 2.4 GHz one. However, the reason why I was trying to connect the 5 GHz one is this. So this is the result for a download speed test. And if I go into history here, yeah, that's the maximum download speed on the 2.4 GHz network, which makes me think that there is a problem with the hardware on this box. We've seen this before with the Mini M8S, I believe, and that one wasn't able to get more than 8 megabytes per second or something like that for the download speed. So keep in mind this box may not connect to your 5 GHz network, and if it connects to the 2.4 GHz network, it will be extremely slow. So most likely you will need to plug this in with a cable like the Ethernet cable. Alright, so I looked more into the Wi-Fi issues. I went downstairs next to the modem, and next to the modem I was able to get on the Wi-Fi 31 megabytes per second downloads. So that is normal and acceptable. However, here that I'm upstairs, and even though it's not that far from the modem, it goes extremely slow. So if you're gonna be using the box next to the modem, it's gonna be okay, otherwise it's not. On a wired connection I was able to get close to 60, so it basically maxed out my internet connection. The box comes pre-installed with Kodi version 15, and from what I see here, you cannot uninstall this version of Kodi, so I will have to check and see if you can actually uninstall it or update it from the Play Store. However, I highly doubt it, so you may not be able to uninstall the Kodi version that comes pre-installed. So I'm going to open Kodi right now and we'll see what comes, what add-ons come pre-installed. So if I go into videos here, I'm just gonna go to video add-ons, and it doesn't come pre-installed with any add-ons whatsoever. Going to system here and system info, this is the maximum resolution available for Kodi, so 1080p. And if I go into hardware here, we're gonna see the total RAM available and how much RAM it's free at the moment. I've opened the Play Store and searched for Kodi, so I'm gonna try to see if I can actually update it. That would be version 16.1, if it can actually be updated. Let's see how that works. So I was able to update Kodi. I'm just gonna open it to make sure that it's actually version 16.1, and yes, you can just update Kodi to version 16.1 right from the Play Store. And this is how the new Kodi looks on this TV box. On the Antutu Benchmark we get a score of 26,000, and I was expecting somewhere around 40 for some reason, so that's a bit low. Here we can see the processor used, the resolution, and the Android version that this box is using. On the Geekbench 3 we get a multi-core score of 1623 and a single core score of 499. Again, these scores are somewhat low. I was expecting them to be much higher. The root checker app will show us if the box has root access, and I'm pretty sure it does. And of course it does have root access from the factory. I have an online streaming app open. I'm just gonna play a random file from here. Let's keep in mind that the Wi-Fi is extremely slow, so it will take a while till it buffers. So the show did start, however, it's extremely slow and it buffers quite a lot because the Wi-Fi is extremely slow on this box. I currently have a 500 GHz hard drive connected to the box. So let's just see if we can actually play some stuff from it. So I'm gonna open this. I have a file somewhere here at the bottom somewhere. So I believe it's right here. And I'm just gonna play this so you can see if it goes smooth or how it's gonna play. So I'll just open it to this video player right here. And the video seems to go quite good. So playing from a hard drive shouldn't be a problem at all. I have a USB stick connected to the box. I'm gonna open a couple of files so you can see how well they do. The first one here, it's a 4K file that was filmed on Note 5, I believe. It's a very short file, but some boxes have trouble playing this. and it kind of slowed down, so it doesn't go that smooth overall. So 4K files may have a couple of issues running onto this box. The next file that I'm going to be playing, it's a 10-bit file, it's at 1080p. We'll see how well this one does. This one doesn't go too good either. So the 10-bit one and the 4K file didn't do that well on this box. The next one, it's a 720p file. This one should do pretty good. And yes, indeed, this one does quite alright onto this box. And the last one that I'm gonna be trying, it's one that's at 1080p. So it does go smooth as well. And I have this one that's at 1080p at 60 frames per second. It's actually a video that I made. I'm just curious to see how it's gonna look. So it does okay with this one as well. So everything else seems to do okay. The first two weren't that great. I have the YouTube app open, and as always I'm gonna play one of my own videos so we can see the resolution. Let's keep in mind that the Wi-Fi on this box, it's horrible, so well, at least the maximum resolution on YouTube, it's gonna be at 1080p, so that's a big plus. But again, it's gonna buffer every 2 seconds because the Wi-Fi is just super extra slow. However, when it doesn't buffer, it seems to go quite smooth. But because of the Wi-Fi, yeah, it's kind of impossible to use the box for anything internet related. I'm currently playing Asphalt 8 onto the box. I have to say it's not the smoothest that I have ever seen. I'm using a wireless controller at the moment. So I've definitely seen this game being played much better than this in the past. So with this processor and RAM, I was really expecting some better performance. So to conclude this video, this box could have been much better. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi doesn't do that great if you are far away from the router. Some files don't play as smooth as I was expecting them to play, so I guess it has to do with the optimization of the software for this particular box, because this processor and RAM should do quite good. So overall, I'm not sure if this is the best option. I still like other boxes way better than this one, and the other boxes are much cheaper as well. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.